everyone, welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and this is going to be another 24/7 news report video. Thank you so much for all of the support on the last few videos. They've been doing really well on the channel. We've been getting lots of interaction on them. They've been doing really well, so yeah, just want to thank you, because obviously I've been doing this for a couple of months now, appearing on the channel, and nothing but support really for them. We're about to crack 1,000 views on yesterday's video, so go and give it a watch. If you're watching this one, you haven't seen the most recent ones. A lot of the time I bring up stuff that's been already mentioned the day before or something like that, so yeah, go and watch yesterday's one, and obviously come back to this one if you're new to the channel, and we'll get straight into it. So the headline piece of news today is that Everton have apparently inquired about Inter Milan's Christian Eriksen. I'm happy about this one. There will be people who are unsure because of his age and his wages, but the rumour is that Milan can allow him to leave on loan if the club he joins will cover 100% of his wages until the end of the season. So on a 6-month deal until the end of the season, there's a chance that we could be getting Christian Eriksen. That's from Italian media outlet La Stampa, and I'd be more than willing to see Eriksen at Everton. Obviously a former Tottenham player, good from set pieces, good at passing the ball. I'm not sure on his age. I'll check now, because that a lot of people will. It'd be the same as Sami Khedira. Some people are going to be unsure about it because of his age. He's 28, so he's not old by any means. You could argue he probably should be in his prime around now. But you know, you could argue he's gone off the boil a little bit at Inter, so if there's a chance for us to take him, I would 100% go for it. We ran a poll on our Twitter page at Everton Newsfeed. If you don't follow us, go and follow us on Twitter. And we asked, would you like to see Everton sign Christian Eriksen? And 75% of you said yes. So there's a lot of people who want to see this one happen. We've had a couple of. I'll read a couple of them out. At Nexus tweets me, says this is a disgrace. He's been poor at Inter, but then you can argue he was really good for Tottenham, and you know, maybe he is suited more to the Premier League. Jeffrey on Twitter says he's a better Gylfi by a mile. Jay Casoro 2 says easily could replace Sigurdsson. Tim says only if Carlo can get him back to his old Spurs form, not being the same player for some reason for 3 or 4 seasons. And this is the thing with him. This is what people will argue, is that he's not the player he used to be. But I think it's worth a risk, maybe until the end of the season on loan, and then we can evaluate it at the end. Moving on, next is Tosun again. And the news today via NTV Sport, they say that Schalke, Hertha Berlin and West Brom have all contacted Everton for Tosun. Besiktas are also set to make an offer. Everton will prefer to keep Tosun, but the forward is considering a move. I think he's made a couple of substitute appearances, but I don't think Everton would prefer to keep him. The fact that I think this one I'm sort of ruling out this source, because how we could want to keep Tosun is just beyond me. You know, when there's better strikers out there, we could get to come and replace him. The guy hasn't played in, you know, over a year, and he made a couple of appearances, and he's been poor when he's played. So I think we should look to get rid of him as early as we possibly can. But let me know what you think about that one. This next one is coming from La Roma 24, and this is a quoted one. This says, I've talked about it several times, but only with Paulo Fonseca. Yes, that's possible. And this is from Adriano Spadotto, who's the agent of Bernard. And this is on a potential swap deal for Bernard and Robin Olsen. So there's been sort of rumours going around that Ancelotti wants to keep Robin Olsen. Obviously he's on loan at the moment, and we want to keep him for on a permanent deal. And there is also rumours of Bernard going the other way. So this seems like a pretty much a no-brainer. if we're going to get, you know, a deal between the two. The source is La Roma 24. This seems like it could possibly happen because we've talked about the fact that Bernard is probably going to want to move on to Roma, and we want to keep Robin Olsen. So if it works for both parties, then you can't really complain. Next one is Tim Cahill, former Everton player, obviously, is the current favourite to become the Fleetwood Town manager. Just a little bit of a palate cleanser right in the middle of this one, because I'd like to see Tim go into management, but we've seen yesterday on Sky Sports Jamie Carragher talking about how we're getting it a lot recently of recently retired players going straight into management with not much experience and struggling. Obviously, this is a equals a player like Thierry Henry and Gary Neville. This is a bit different. This is, you know, Tim Cahill going to Fleetwood Town, and if he wants to get into management, this would probably be a good entry level for him, I think. And I'd support him 100%. I'd probably keep an eye out for the Fleetwood results as well, because we all love Tim. He's a cult hero at Everton, and I'd like to see it happen. Whether or not it does is completely up to him, I'm guessing. But yeah, we reported that on Twitter today. Former Everton player Tim Cahill is current favourite to take over at Fleetwood. This next one is Jonas Lossl, and this is coming from Tips Bladet, and that's a Danish sports magazine. This one is Marseille and Inter Miami are both interested in signing Everton goalkeeper Jonas Lossl. We talked about it, I'm not sure if it was yesterday's video or the video before that. That, you know, Lossl is looking for a way out of Everton. We're looking for somewhere to get rid of him. And the French league, I'm guessing Marseille would probably use him as a backup. I think Steve Mandanda's back there now. That might be somewhere else. I'm not too sure. And also into Miami, where I'm guessing he'd be a first choice goalkeeper. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but he definitely needs to move on from Everton. If he wants to make anything from his career, he can't be at Everton. He's not going to play, especially with Pickford and Robin Olsen. He needs to move on. And yeah, I've just checked Steve Mandanda is at Marseille. So yeah, he'd probably be a backup to Mandanda. Moving on next to Ziyech Celik. This is quite an exciting one, this. Everton contacted the agent of Lille right back, thank God, the right back, Ziyech Celik, a few weeks ago. Roma have also been in contact with the agent, but no bids have been placed yet. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano, who's, if you follow football, you'll know Fabrizio Romano. He's the most reliable football transfer in the know on Twitter right now. He seems to get everything right. Predicted Rodriguez, Allen, all that sort of stuff to sign for us. So Ziyech Celik, I've never heard of him too much. He obviously a right back. We need a right back. A 23-year-old right back actually shares my birthday, which is quite interesting. So I'm 100% behind it now. But yeah, a Turkish right back. One for the future, maybe. One to obviously to not too young to go into the youth setup, but not too old for him to be like, yeah, he's only going to be here for a short amount of time. So that one could be good, but obviously with no bids being placed yet, we're not too sure on what sort of fee we're looking at. But that's going to be it for today, guys. That's all the news we have for today, the 5th of January. Make sure you stay tuned for the 24/7 news report. It's not going to be me every single day doing them, but it's still good if you've got a spare bit of time during the day to refresh yourself on the rumours that are knocking about at the moment. Obviously, we're all interested in transfer rumours. It's one of my favourite times of the year. I love it, seeing the new rumours that are coming out every day. And yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not already, it's free to do so. Like the video, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Everton Newsfeed. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.